Welcome to Three Blind Mike's podcast, sponsored by the Family Proud, Family Strong Network. Follow their journey as John J., the real hot rod, Cletrodamus, and Portis the Assassin deliver the bottom line on the greatest pop culture entertainment debates of then and now. The Three Blind Mikes won't know the topic of the show until the show begins, which surely will lead to an unscripted and uncensored good time. Now, let's go in blind on the road to nowhere.
Country and beyond. I tell you what, one out there, that it's, obviously it's not going to be, a 5-star, Christmas standard that's going to be up there with Scrooge. I tell you what, I got a lot of love for Vince Vaughn's Fred Claus, where he plays the long lost selfish brother of Santa, who has to take over when Santa gets a really, really bad case of the flu on Christmas Eve. Stuff like that. It's zany, it's funny, it's got a lot of heart in it, and more than anything else, a great Christmas movie like Die Hard is defined by heart. And for me, Fred Claus has got it. But gentlemen, when we talk about the spirit of Christmas, the spirit of faith in your fellow man, of loving thy neighbor, of doing as Jesus would do, nothing says it more than being with you here on this very special Christmas edition of Three Blind Mikes, taking our listeners on the road to nowhere.
You see how he tried to slip that in there?
Yeah. Now I'm gonna cry.
Nice pandering. That's great.
Hey, guys, we got sponsors. We got to pay bills too. Okay, we all got families to feed here.
I will say, out of all the holidays, Christmas is my favorite. I would say my least favorite is probably Halloween.
What was that?
I would say my least favorite is probably Halloween. Although I do remember January 1st is probably one of my least favorites too. New Year's Eve.
Yes.
I have tried kissing several young ladies at the drop of the ball dropping, and either getting it in there and going, hey, or just the stiff arm, like the Heisman, yeah, I'm good now.
Now, for our listeners who might not know, Portis the Assassin lived for 9 years in New York City. Portis, did you ever venture the craziness and the madness of the New Year's Eve countdown, in Times Square?
And you know what? I never did that, and I'm glad I didn't, because I've heard horror stories of just it being blocks and blocks of urine. Yeah. So urine everywhere.
And here's the thing about it. Exactly. Absolutely. Now, for people who don't know what Portis is talking about, there are no bathrooms. These people are lining up at 6 a.m. so they can get a spot in which is called the camera zone. Exactly. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you cannot leave your spot. You are literally stuck in there like a sardine in a can.
That's stupid.
No food, no nothing.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like it looks like how you would celebrate Christmas in Russia. I mean, communist Russia.
It looks like how you would celebrate the New Year's in a concentration camp.
Or no, how do you celebrate it in hell? Because what could be appealing of that? You're out here freezing, and you've got to be waving constantly, nonstop for the ABC, for Dick Clark, Ryan Seacrest, and the ABC News cameras. You can't go anywhere. You can't go eat anything.
Well, here's the thing too: is where's the drinks?
Exactly. There's no drink. You can't even
get
drink. You can't even do a toast.
And then, but you're missing a really important element, Damus, and that is, it is a bit humbling to watch Ryan Seacrest walking around urine, and Mariah Carey having to dodge
a headline,
big puddles of urine while she gets into her limousine. Because I've heard, I've never done it, but I've heard people have done it, and just talk about there being no bathrooms and just people pissing and using anything as a receptacle for a hey, that poinsettia over there? It's not a poinsettia. It's a urinal.
You went to Times Square for New Year's Eve. You ended up in an episode of Jack.
Oh,
Who thought that urine could bring everyone together?
Oh,
And it's Happy New Year, everybody.
oh my goodness! All right, folks.
9, 8. Wait,
Yeah.
what is that? What did I just step in?
Gentlemen, it's been an honor and a privilege to all of our listeners, to you, my great brothers. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us on this very special and very crazy holiday edition of Three Blind Mics and the Road to Nowhere.
Kaye, mother.
And we will see you next on the Road to Nowhere.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
That was good.
The Three Blind Mics is sponsored by the Family Proud, Family Strong Network via YouTube and powered by the Digital Media Productions.